Hello, friends, colleagues, and associates. Thanks for tuning in to IFYL, Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so happy that you joined me here tonight. It is, Monday, June 26, 2023, and we are almost out of the month of June. Where did this month go? All right, we have a great topic for you tonight, but I want to thank you for coming and being here day in and day out and making my content part of your mental diet to motivate you each day from the bottom of my heart. And I also want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that I want to thank you whatever time you're watching us, whether that's 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 12 noon, 12 midnight, 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., or whatever you choose to watch. Thank you so much for choosing to make Inspirations of Your Life a daily part of your important motivation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with our master topic. Become Positive and Change Your Life, Series 2, Show 26, Episode 3. So Series 2 means we're in our second year, and that's great. We're on the 26th show and episode number 3. Can you guys believe that? I cannot believe that we are at that. I refuse to believe that we're there, but we are. And, we've got a great show for you tonight because I know a lot of you, you want things that you can literally use immediately, like right away in your life. And that's what I want to do. I want to give you these nuggets that you can actually start to practice and use pretty much as soon as you get off from this podcast or this audio cast or video cast, wherever you're watching. By the way, if you're new, grab your smartphone for me and go ahead and launch your camera app and point over to the QR code, just like so. Touch the yellow oval ellipse. You'll get my link tree. If you are not watching us and you're listening to us, well, then just go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazingly great creations to inspire you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, today being June 26th, I actually launched on believemeachieve.com on John C. Morley's Serial Entrepreneur. And that is when conversations get uncomfortable. How do you handle them? Pretty cool, right? All right, so definitely check all that out and so many other great things. So let's talk about become positive and change your life. So we said that when you make the decision to become positive, it will change your life. That's number one. So people ask me day in, day out, John, how do you do it? Well, use optimistic quotes. This is a great way. Use optimistic quotes. And so there are a lot of quotes on optimism, okay? Whether you're thinking about the one from Henry Ford, if you believe you can't, you're right. But if you believe you can, you're also right. Optimism isn't a belief that things will automatically get better. It's a conviction that we can make things better. Melinda Gates. Another one that I happen to like. Be hopeful, be optimistic. Our struggle is not the struggle of a day, a week, a month, or a year. It is the struggle of a lifetime. Never, ever be afraid to make some noise. John Lewis. And one more. What am I trying to cultivate is not blind optimism, but radical hope. So you can pick some that really resonate with you and then make a choice. Okay? And I will tell you that this little thing can really make a difference in your life. I mean, like right now, it can make a difference. And so understanding that is pretty powerful. All right, pretty powerful. Another thing I want to share with you guys is explore nature. So you could go to nature and you could just, observe the trees, the foliage, the grass, the people there, any animals that are there. Maybe if you're going to a beach, take off your shoes and socks and actually step on the sand and just, how does it feel to be stepping on sand? Like, what does that feel like to you? And you might say, John, it doesn't really feel like much, but the truth is it does. When you can just let yourself go and you can sink into that sand, that's a remarkable feeling, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, really remarkable. Just allowing yourself to just let go and sink into the sand. I think that's really cool. Go to nature and listen to nature. What are you hearing there? Is it a babbling brook, right? A stream? Um, do you hear possibly a waterfall? Do you see birds? Are you hearing people throw rocks as they skip against the water? Are you getting a sense of being calm? Are you starting to feel grounded? Right? So it could be at a park, you could be at a beach. Are you feeling the rays of the sun as they hit your body? Can you feel that? Are you noticing that since you started taking these steps into the sand, that your life has really changed? Right? Your life has changed. It's changed so much. So I will tell you that making the choice to just let go and be part of nature. So that could be, stepping in the sand. Maybe the sand is cold, maybe it's warm. Playing with the sand, making sand castles, right? One of the things I love to do is going down the beach. You get your feet wet, and then you're kind of walking, or you're just kind of making footprints in the sand. And as you do that, or handprints, and then the wave comes in, and then it goes out, and it basically just kind of clears the slate of the sand. I think another great thing that's fun at the beach to do is to fly a kite. Now, you don't have to be at a beach, but this is just one place that you can let go. How about when you go in the water? Maybe you're at the pool and you decide to just dive right in. Is the pool nature? Yeah. Anything outside is nature. So I would define swimming as nature. I mean, you're in nature, you're outside, that's nature. If you told me you're going to go swimming indoors, I'm like, that's not really nature. Well, there's windows. Yeah, that's not nature. You might take notice of the breeze that hits you or doesn't. You might take notice of the temperature, the humidity, any other voices that are around. Maybe you're hearing birds, like I mentioned. Maybe you're even hearing the flap of the flags. You might hear the flap. You might hear, the clank of the metal on the flag rope against the pole, right? Maybe you hear ships. Now that's not really nature, but you're still out there. But the thing about it is, so nature's being outside, but you can hear other things that are in nature. So it's the environment, right? And when we get into nature, if we just take a step, let's say we're going to be in a park and we walk, we can hear those steps, right? Maybe you're about to slosh around the water, and you can just feel the sensation of the water touching your feet, but it giving you a very different feeling than just putting your foot in the water. If you just put your foot in the water, you're gonna like feel the cold or the difference in the temperature. But if you put your foot in, take your foot out, put your foot in, take your foot out, do that with each foot, it's like sloshing around, and it gives you a different feeling. So, nature is a great way to become positive. We can just observe so many things. How else can we be positive? Take yourself out and enjoy. Maybe when you take yourself out, maybe it's for lunch, um, on the deck or on the patio. And as you have that glass of water or whatever beverage you have, and you just happen to pick up that glass, and you can feel the cold temperature from the glass or the plastic tumbler, and you put it up to your mouth. And as your lips just start to touch it, you start to sense the cold sensation, and then you start to drink, and like, feels good, right? And you can feel it on your tongue, back on your throat, and it feels good. How about the moment you put that glass down, you can hear that glass being put down to the table, picnic table, or what have you. Maybe it's not just about that, but maybe it's also about, the sandwich. We've talked about being present. And when you're outside and you can hear your mouth when you're eating something. Not that you're trying to be loud, but you can hear that. That's a good sign you're being present. How many people do you know have dinner, right? And when they have dinner, they just eat standing up and they really are not present. They just want to finish the meal. What if you could sit down and be present through that whole meal? Enjoy that ravioli, enjoy that fish, enjoy those shrimp or that burger, whatever it is. Just be present so that when you before you go to do, you take a smell and then you put your mouth on it and you take a bite, or you take a fork and you put the raviolis over your mouth. So that's being present. Stuffing your face is not being present. Maybe getting a dish of Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream, put a little bit of chocolate syrup on it, and then just sitting there with maybe that ice cream and maybe that cup of tea, and you could hear as you go down with the spoon, and you come back to your mouth, and you're like, it's good, and then the chocolate, and you can just feel it, right? I think people aren't present because they're such in a rush to move on to something else. So if we could be present in our lives, that means that our life would change. But people don't become present because they're so in a rush to do something else. And then they're in a rush to do something else after that. I always tell people, slow down. Because you just rush everything through. You rush your food, you rush your meal, you rush this, you rush your day. Why don't you just enjoy life? Enjoy. So this brings me to another important point. Take yourself out. Okay? Take yourself out to get lunch, get dinner, see a movie. The other night, I tried a new pizza place by us, and it was a place that made artesian pizza, which was really good. And just, going out for the experience. I love to be able to research where I'm going to go or thinking about it and then plan that and then go there. You know, Even if it's the day of, but just kind of thinking about it, it's like, what can I do tonight? What can I do this weekend? And just really getting into that moment. Right now, you're probably listening to me. And if you're in this moment, everything around you is kind of fade away. And the only thing that's important is what I'm saying to you. And the fact that being positive is not overrated, but it's not something that you can just snap your fingers and become an expert being positive. No. It takes an appreciation. It takes you being grateful and having gratitude. It takes you really noticing all of your senses: sight, hear, touch, smell, right? And also proprioception. So sight, hear, touch, smell, taste, and proprioception. So what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we touch, what we taste. Proprioception is basically the position of where our parts of our body are in space, even if our eyes were closed. Do you know why it's really important when you become in the moment, when you're eating or you're drinking something? Many years ago, if you've studied wine or anything like that, they teach you that the way you should drink your wine is to pour a little bit into the wine goblet and to look at it, notice it, just kind of, take the stem and just kind of move it around a little bit. And then as you do that and you kind of look at it again, see if it's changed its texture or color, then you bring it up to your nose, smell a little bit, enjoy it, and then you go for a taste. Then maybe you go for a cracker with some brie. So having that experience is much better than, well, let me just go drink some wine, right? You become immersed in it. How about before you eat something, you kind of smell it, you really enjoy it, and then you partake in it? Becoming positive, ladies and gentlemen, is something that will change your life. But there are a lot of naysayers out there that say, well, gee, I don't want to be positive. Why? Because it's too much effort? Because they don't know how to be positive? Well, the easiest thing to do to be positive is to focus on things that make you feel good. If you go to a park and flying a kite makes you feel good, if you go to the beach and taking your shoes and socks off and walking on the beach makes you feel good, great. If you like to sing and that makes you feel good, great. Whether it's in the shower or whether it's outside or whether it's in the car, praying, doing that, does that make you feel good? What makes you feel good? And that is what is your magnet to positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege. It's been a pleasure. It has been an amazing honor to be with you this fantastic Monday evening. I hope you'll like, love, and support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John space C space Morley space serial entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or perhaps a delicious dessert plate. Either way, we'll be grateful for those pennies and dollars. We'll invest into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content to inspire and change your life. Have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Be well.